they came along, I said, we need to get another bigger linebacker who's going to come down and I
dives, all 22 deep dives on possibilities at pick 24. Junior Colson, linebacker, Michigan, 248 pounds, a ton of production. You listen to Mike Zimmer talk today. This guy is one of those guys that fits what this Dallas Cowboys defense needs and wants to look like. He talked about Anthony Barr. He talked about discipline. He talked about physicality. When you're watching this film, when you hear my voice talking over this film, length, physicality, instincts. But the biggest thing is that he wants to be coached the right way. Playing for Harbaugh, listen to him interview. He wants to be coached the right way. I want you guys to enjoy this film. I want you guys to send this around. I am really high on Junior Colson. Yes, I do like Edge Cooper. Yes, I do like Peyton Wilson. Yes, I do like Gray. I like all of these guys. I like these guys. But as I went back to the film, and then you talk about a guy like Dane Brugler, who ended up rating him his highest linebacker, and I went back to the film, and I actually, if you watch my linebacker rankings, that was actually the first ranking that I did, I was really high on Colson. And now that I've gotten to all the film, it's clear that he is linebacker one for me. He fits the mold for these Dallas Cowboys. Let's talk about him. Let's deep dive into a possible pick at 24 for the Dallas Cowboys. Boom. Let's get into the film. Stacks the guard right now. Boom. Look at that. Stacks the guard that's trying to climb next level on him. Makes the tackle on Chase McClellan. Chase McClellan, who actually does have a draftable grade. Now, here is kind of a low light, all right? And I think the fumble snap kind of messed with his eyes. That's one note that I do have on Junior Colson's film. Now, I think the fumble snap kind of messed with his eyes, but look at his eyes. Head is inside. 77 gets on him. It's a big play. And again, draftable player in Chase McClellan. And you know, he was able to run away from that Michigan defense on that play. He was outflanked. That was on Junior Colson. But again, here, when you watch him, look at his double A gap mug. He takes out 2 linemen on that blitz. So he does have the ability to blitz, and he actually blitzes really well. He has a feel. He doesn't give up leverage. Really good player. Look, hands, stack, shed. That's almost like a defensive end playing it. I mean, that's beautiful. He gave up no ground there, and that's the difference between a 2-yard run and a 3-yard run. Those are the plays that you can't, that you kind of got to have some of that in your repertoire, and he does have some of that in his repertoire. Again, stack, shed, be physical at the point of attack. You just watch that whole Michigan team. Again, he does have the ability to he has an identity as a pass defender. Okay, so some of his knock is, well, he can't really run in space. Well, he can. Look at that. They're just trying, a split zone vibe. Boom, finds it, gets to the ball, makes a play on the defender. Okay, little split zone bluff there, trying to leak to the flash, just trying to out leverage him, and they're able to do so. Okay, here, another play, bad eyes. So that was a play that you look at it, and that's why I slowed it down. Don't do that, Colson. You're outflanked. So he will have to work on his trigger a little bit with his eyes. His eyes sometimes trigger too fast. But I'm okay because, again, this is the very next play. Come back, knifes, makes the play. I'm okay if you miss big. That's always been my thing with these players. And as we do a deep dive, I'm okay with missing if you miss big. But another thing is, it's the mindset to get back in the game. Okay, you did just have a bad play. He knows it. Look at that. Doesn't let the guard get on him. He's not going to let linemen get on him. One of my favorite plays here, again, arm length. He does such a good job of staying away from trash. But again, took some cheese there on his own read vibe. His eyes. Okay, his eyes got kind of tricked there as we run it again. Got him. Boop. Out the play. And so that's okay, because none of these guys are finished prospects. None of these guys are finished players. But what you're looking for in the tape is, do you see more positives than negatives? When I look at this player, I see much more positives than negatives. Here it is. I posted this clip because I just like the way he was able to carry this tight end. And this tight end, it looks like they're, again, a little split zone, little gap scheme there. But that tight end tried to double move him. He's all over it. And he uses his length. He uses his arms. Look at him in zone. Really good spot dropper. He's there, eyes. He's not overextended. When you get to those zones, and you're talking about a defensive coordinator like Mike Zimmer, you can't just be where you want to be. You have to be where the zone calls for you to be. Now, this is one of my favorite plays, and then we'll run this one back. One of my favorite plays. They try orbit motion here. This is just misdirection. He sees it, snuffs it out, gets the penalty called on him. So it's not always about making the tackle. I really, really, really like Junior Colson. Like I said, he's jumped into my number one linebacker. After watching the film, was high on certain guys like Peyton Wilson. I really like Cooper, but and Edgerrin Cooper has some of those running the ball abilities. But when you talk about a physical player who looks the part, who's big, who can run, who has instincts in the pass game, in zone, as a man player, Junior Colson is my number one linebacker. So I hope you guys enjoyed the film. Again, tried to really talk about some of the highlights, some of the lowlights. I don't think that you'll be able to get this guy in the second round. I mean, when the cycle's done, when the interviews are done, when people really dig into the film and see what he could be in their scheme, a blitzer, he really does remind me of Edmonds, who came out years ago with just the size and the length and just a sideline backer. Isn't going to run the fastest 40, probably going to be like a 4.58 guy, but still has the instincts that you need. Led the team in tackling by a mile the last 3 years. Him and his teammate Bear were outstanding. I think that Junior Colson fits the Cowboys mold of linebacker, and I think that you will have to draft him in the first round. It's your boy Foots. Thank you guys, as always, for liking, sharing, and subscribing. More content on the way.